Now, yesterday, it seems that a helicopter, which was carrying the Iranian president as well as the Iranian foreign minister, ended up missing. So there were search parties for it for hours, and recently it was declared that the Iranian president, as well as everyone else in the helicopter, have passed away. So I looked at the media wanting to learn more, and every single article is the same. It's like, well, this is the Iranian president, bad man, very bad. Here's what he did. These are the bad things. And that's all well and good, because, yeah, he was a very bad man. I mean, he was part of dictatorial regime. But the thing that would actually interest me, the thing that I would actually want to know, is not mentioned in any article. And that is, what exactly does it mean for the region? Is this going to destabilize things any further? What does it mean for the Iranian regime? Is it going to be selecting a new leader that may be more moderate? Like, none of these things are mentioned, which leads me to assume that the mainstream media is just bread and circus. Like, this is not necessarily newsworthy. It's, how should I put it? I suppose it's more of entertainment, right? Like, none of the things that I'm reading are about politics, really. There are things that you can find on Wikipedia. And again, it's not bad to inform people that, yeah, this was a bad man. I mean, he was a member of a committee that oversee the mass executions of thousands. Like all of this is true. I'm not saying that it's not. And I'm also not saying that it shouldn't be mentioned. But when every single article mentions it, and you go from website to website to find new information, and this is the only thing you come across, it's not really informative at this point. And I just want to point out that whatever a dictator that the West likes, because yes, there are things like that, and even when someone that we don't like passes away, you get articles like austere religious scholar, when someone from the royal house of Saud is going to pass away, you're not going to get these types of articles, which is very interesting. But, I'll do my best to give you my assessment of what it means for the region and what the politics there are, because these are things that actually do affect us. I mean, we are part of NATO. Israel is America's greatest ally, so, the passing away of the Iranian president may lead to more foreign aid for the nations that we're allied with, may lead to changes in policies that affects our taxpayer money. Like this is what really interests me. The passing away of the bad man here would interest me more if I was living in Iran. But I don't live in Iran. So therefore, it doesn't affect me as much as America's foreign policy does. Now, regarding the passing away, Israel didn't hesitate in order to release this emoji. I mean, they released this even as the search party was going, caused quite a bit of a stir on Twitter. A lot of people saying, oh, disrespectful, so disrespectful, too soon. And other people praising what I guess you can call it their shit posting. A government shit posting, if you will. So the reason they did this is because obviously tensions between Israel and Iran are quite high. They're not that open war, but they are launching missiles to each other in a very Middle Eastern fashion where they're not trying to get anyone killed, but they're doing it for the television, right? So like Iran is launching missiles towards Israel in order to say, oh, look what powerful leaders we have, they're not afraid to back down, and Israel does the same in order to say, oh, well, if they're going to launch at us, we're going to launch at them, right? So, like, the situation is very tense. But does anything changes due to the fact that the president passed away? And the answer is not much. When you look at a dictatorship, it's not one guy that has all the power, even though that's what the televisions try to get you to think. It's like Russia, well, like Putin, what Putin wants, what Putin does. Usually it's an oligarchy. It's a group of interests. It's a circle of powerful people that are controlling things, because like to control an entire nation, you can't do it with one man. So when that man passes or steps down, usually someone else takes place, and that other person is from within the group that has the same interests, that has the same ambitions, And due to this, things don't change that much. I mean, you can look at North Korea, and you can see what happened when Kim Jong-un takes over, right? Like, is he going to be better than his father? Is he going to allow more freedom to the people? The answer is no. It could happen, like, very rarely. Every now and then in history, it did take place that a dictator stepped down or was assassinated and the new guy was better. But that is the exception, not the rule. So I really don't expect any changes with this. I don't really know the policy of Iran's sham presidency, like exactly how the new guy is going to be elected and what is the process for it. But I do expect that in this situation, the new guy is going to do exactly the same as the old guy. Again, the only time things usually change is if there's a revolution, if there's a civil war, but we're not talking about any of those. So again, I expect the policy to be exactly the same. Maybe there may be like some internal changes, policy changes. I don't know, maybe the new guy can allow people to dance now, or maybe he's going to crack down even harder, right? So like if you're a person living in Iran, you might notice a couple of small changes here and there, but like the overall theme is going to be the same. Now, about foreign relations, the fact that the foreign minister passed away, this actually might have some significance. Usually, when you talk about international politics and you're looking at all the spies and you're looking at all the agents, they kind of go all the way up to the foreign minister. And if you have like a different foreign minister, by the time he actually gets to read all the information, gets a costume, it might be a couple of months until things go back to, well, what you can say normal, which means that during that period of time, they're going to have a little bit of lapse of foreign intelligence. Not a complete one, but like not as good as it used to be, let's put it like that. Which begs the question, like, what will happen with Israel? Like, are they going to take advantage of this? And the answer, I really don't see how. I mean, they're already at odds with Iran, but neither one wants full-out open war. So I generally don't think that this is going to change anything on the international scale. And finally, there's the question on the internet. It's like, did the CIA do it? And, I mean, assassinations have happened. It's not completely impossible, but it's incredibly unlikely. I don't think, like, the CIA is this overwhelming force. It's almost like the power of a jinn, which can influence helicopters mid-flight from a foreign state that's already openly hostile. Like, when you have an openly hostile state, first of all, infiltration becomes much more difficult. Like it's more easy to infiltrate a state like, I don't know, Germany, right? Like if you're an American agent, it's a lot more easy to infiltrate that than to infiltrate a state like Iran, which is openly hostile to you. And then to gain access to the actual helicopter that the president uses to fly in order to tinker with it, incredibly unlikely. So no, I do not think that this was an assassination attempt. I genuinely think that this was a simple accident which happened. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.